Hello and welcome to the Triforce podcast.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh!
Everyone's here now. We got King.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
We got Kenny Boy.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, we
Nice.
also got Smeagol.
Oh yeah, don't forget about Smeagol. Precious.
Yeah. Alright. Well, let's
It's
get
mad
into the
precious.
news.
All right, so starting off, there's a very big talking point right now inside of the news category for gaming, and that is the fact that the PS5s are having plastic melting due to the cooling system. I don't actually know exactly 100% why the cooling system is doing this. I think it's just not strong enough for the system that it has. It has a bunch of custom parts inside of it, so I'm guessing that they just need to upgrade the cooling system. I think the custom parts are causing some issues, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Because, they're not exactly, they're not real company made like AMD or Nvidia. They're custom parts that Sony has manufactured for them, like the SSD. If I'm wrong, correct me. But from what I know, they're custom parts that Sony made, and I'm guessing they didn't test them enough because even the test models had heating issues, and we knew this going in. So I thought there would be less heating issues than this. And
Yeah.
I've seen literally nothing about the Series X online except the refrigerator.
Yeah. Or a
Like, have you
brick.
guys seen? Yeah, have you guys seen anything about it? Like,
Uh, well, I have seen this one video. I watched this tech destruction video. He made fun of like he made fun of both of them, like saying that the Xbox One like Series X looks like a fridge, and or the PS5 looking like a router with two like pieces of paper taped to it.
So yeah, from what I know, a lot of people are going towards the Series S instead of the Series X, which
Yeah.
I find to be odd. I was 100% sure that people would be going towards the Series X more than the S, just due to the fact that it's just seems like the better system for what you're getting. You don't even have a disk cloud. While $350 is a great price for the Series S power wise and stuff, why remove the disk drive?
Yeah.
That like up the price by like what, $50, $25, whatever.
Yeah.
Put a disk cloud inside of it. Come on,
Yeah. I mean that
do it.
like this is how we like we would just it's supposed to have that like it's kind of
Consoles are
weird.
supposed to have a disk drive.
Yeah,
Like I don't understand. I understand when you have the same console without a disk drive, like with the PS5 launch. I understand that.
yeah,
But when you have a console that is made to be the secondary, give it a disk drive.
yeah,
It's meant to be the secondary console. Then make digital editions of them.
yeah. That
That makes more sense.
yeah, it basically
Yeah.
defeats the point of making it a system. It's like it's like having the Switch Mini. Why would you get rid of the Switch's main point? That makes it where there is no point.
The Switch Lite does make more sense in the grand scheme of things
Yeah,
because a lot of
but
people wanted it just for a mobile console. But then when you take in mind, like, what? Why?
yeah, why?
I don't understand.
What do you think about this, Kenny? This is the Kenny hour.
Well,
No.
then I guess I'm a little glad I didn't get a PlayStation 5. Uh, if the parts are melting. My dad was telling me that apparently they was having problems, but he was telling me with the disk drive, not with parts melting.
Ah,
But
yeah, that makes
but
sense
then
too.
Yeah,
but then again, that's also because just like a guy that runs a game store, he talks to quite a bit was telling me about that. But I don't know. Sometimes the information he gets from them is kind of hit and miss when it comes to how realistic, or not realistic, but how true it is
yeah,
about like consoles and games. So I don't know. Plus, like my dad said, every time new consoles come out, they've always got problems.
Yeah,
That's why they
that's
always
true.
release like a new version of it.
I
with
mean, I
the,
remember like the Switch, like going back to the Nintendo Switch. It had like screen scratching because of the dock.
Screen scratching and dead pixels were far everywhere.
Yeah,
I had a friend who bought a Switch at launch, and his had dead pixels out of the box.
yeah,
That was terrible. So from what I've seen, the PS5 has had heating issues. That is not to say that the Series X does not have its issues either. People do not like that they kept the same old Xbox OS. It does have heating issues of its own, but they are nowhere near the PS5. Both of them, yes, have issues. The PS5 has heating issues, and the Xbox has heating issues. They need to have revisions, obviously.
Yeah.
A new batch will be put out.
or
I
maybe
know
like
that's
a
going to happen.
add-on or something, like the PS4 did, like with the heating fans.
Yeah.
Like an add-on where you could just snap it on the top and then air comes out more efficiently.
Yeah, they did also a lot of tests with graphics and frame comparisons, and I think the 120 FPS was a great idea to try and make happen. There's a problem with that, though, is that people are using the 120 FPS thing, game designers, they're using that market in order to make something that runs constantly 60
Oh.
because it can run 120 FPS. They're
Wow.
using the power to make better looking games that run 60 frames instead of 120. Now, this makes sense in the grand scheme of things. When you take in mind, of course, 60 frames is a perfect number.
Yeah.
You don't really need more than that. When you get more than that, yeah, cool, I get it. But people are mad about the PS5 not running 120 on things like Cold War. So that ended up creating a very big argument amongst the community for PS5. Not to
Yeah.
mention they're also, coming apart.
That they're melting away. They're becoming marshmallows.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You take that in.
A $500 marshmallow.
Yeah, but then you have things like Call of Duty Warzone is running 120 FPS constant on the Series X,
Dang.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
I knew the One X could do that, but the Series X doing that is really cool. So next, I wanted to talk about the controllers for both.
Mm-hmm.
I have held both controllers and have
Lucky.
done a little bit of messing around with them,
Mhm.
but in my opinion, the DualSense is well built, and I see why it would have its fans.
Yes.
The DualSense is not better than the Xbox controller, in my opinion. The D-pad on the DualSense is really freaking weird. It's
Really?
almost flat. It's really odd. And then it doesn't feel like a PlayStation controller. It feels like a bigger Xbox controller with moved sticks. It feels like an off-brand Xbox controller.
Really?
That's what it feels like to me. I don't even know. It feels like they took the Xbox One controller, made it a bit wonkier, like an off-brand. It's like one of those things you'd see from like Mad Cats or something.
I don't think
Now
they're in
the Series X they are actually, but the Series X controller is an Xbox One controller. There you go. They just changed the D-pad a little bit. Now, is the D-pad better? That's debatable. I personally like the new D-pad better than the old one. I think it's a very cool design. It's very close to what the Pro kind of controller was, the designable one. They added a clipping or sharing button, whatever it is, on the front of it, so you could share clips with just a press of a button, which is a really nice feature. But there's something that the controller has over the DualSense, is that Series X controllers are usable on the original Xbox Ones. So that gives it a very good edge, as well as the old Xbox controllers are usable on the new Xbox because there's literally nothing different.
Yeah.
So it ends up making Xbox quite a bit more useful in this sense because now you don't have to buy another batch of $70 controllers.
Yeah.
It's super awesome. So then you have the DualSense over here. They're not even making PlayStation 4 controller compatibility. That doesn't exist. Even for the backwards compatible games, they're not letting you use PS4 controllers.
What?
Now I see how that makes sense. They didn't do that in the past with backwards compatibility.
Well, yeah.
No, you couldn't hook up a 360 controller to your Xbox One and expect it to play the retro. Well, what is said to be retro titles, but not in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, then you have the problem. The stick placement on the DualSense is a bit weird. They're farther apart than they usually are, and a lot closer to the bottom. So it kind of feels odd. Now it's a good controller. And I think that it is quite well made. It is better than the PS4 controller, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I did not like the PS4 controller whatsoever.
Really?
It is my least favorite controller next to Joy-Cons. I hate them both. Because Joy-Cons give me claw grip. I have giant hands, so a giant controller is a great for me. But even the PS5 controller's big.
Wait, is it Duke big?
It's not quite Duke large, but you can fit the top of an Xbox Series controller in the bottom of the the PS5 controller.
Okay,
it's
I'm like,
pretty
are we talking Duke
large.
big? Or
Not Duke big, but on its way there.
Okay.
It's a pretty honkin' large controller.
I actually kind of like the PS4 controller. I'm sorry, King. Just I like it kind of.
No, it's not a terrible controller. I see why people like it.
Yeah.
It's just had its fair share of issues in the past, and the whole options and share garbage that changed from the original Start and Select was like that killed Start and Select, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like it.
Yeah. I can definitely see the big hands problem. My dad has abnormally large hands, and I kind of started feeling that when like I use tiny utensils like spoons, like regular size spoons. I just see the spoon and I'm like, why are my hands so big? Like I just feel like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you feel about this game?
How do I feel about the whole?
No, I said Kenny.
Oh, Kenny, bruh. I thought you said King.
Gosh dang it, man.
Well, I mean, I will be honest. Like I've used both the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 controllers, so I am used to them. But I think I do kind of personally prefer the PS4 controller, mostly because with me, I just feel like the sticks are a little bit better to use because they're right next to each other, as opposed to the Xbox. Like one stick is like up on like the, like where the D-pad is on the PS4 controller, but the right stick is in the right place. It's just like for me, it's a little easier to use that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand the thought process.
Plus, the PS4 controller to me is lighter than the Xbox One controller, so like it's
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's just a little thing. That doesn't actually like alter my performance when I'm playing, but that's just an observation I realized once.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I like the Xbox controllers. I grew up on PlayStation.
Yeah, me
I
too.
had 1, 2, and 3 all launch date. Now, the 3 was easily the worst one launch date to have. There was nothing to play.
Yeah.
All the games were bad. The PS2, on the other hand, had some pretty cool titles. And then same thing with PS1. But I had all of them launch date. They were so good. I love those things. But there was one problem I always had. Was the fact that the controllers were exactly the same all generations. I personally like the older PlayStation controllers more than the new ones. I do highly enjoy the original DualShock 3, and that was a very good controller, despite it being the same as the previous generations.
Yeah.
I understand why people do like it, but I got an Xbox One from my cousin about a year ago. And I adore the controller. I love it. I like its compatibility of Bluetooth, especially on the Windows computers. It makes it very awesome to use a controller on my computer with relative ease. While the PS4 controller has less support, it still does have Bluetooth support.
Yeah.
Things like the mobile version of Fortnite, but not really anymore due to the whole lawsuit thing.
Yeah, and the whole
Um,
like Fortnite rebel against Apple.
yeah. But the PS4 controller still has its Bluetooth support, and I understand where that stands. I hate the battery life. I like myself ability to put AA batteries in my controller. It's a very, very cool addition, as well as if you don't like the AA batteries, get a rechargeable battery. They're not expensive at all. They're
Yeah.
like $20, and some consoles come with a charger and stuff if you get certain bundles. From what I've seen, not sure. But it's pretty cool if you ask me. The ability to put AA batteries in a controller, it makes it a lot more mobile. It was built to be taken out as well as be played in, and I love that. A
Yeah.
lot of people make fun of the AA battery aspect when it ends up being more useful than a hindrance.
Yeah, good point. I did like that about the Xbox 360 um controllers that like you didn't need to charge them, you just need to pop two AA's and stuff. I did like that.
Only certain 360 controllers have that. I have a 360 controller actually right here. My 360 controller is one of the very, very original controllers. It does not take AA batteries. It's like one of the launch controllers. So it takes a battery pack and not AA's, but certain controller models do take AA
Yeah,
batteries.
that was my controllers. Like I think I got the ones that were later. Like I got like a white one that has a battery pack. I also have a black one.
Yeah. And I have an off-brand Xbox One controller with me right now. It's super light. PowerA makes absolutely spectacular controllers.
Yeah.
By the way, they're a very good company. Not sponsored.
But if you want to pay us, I am able to do.
I mean, they do have wonderful products. Like they make really good controllers.
But you know, if we want that cash, we need
Nah,
it.
you can't have sponsorship to 1,000 subscribers. It's so sad.
I walk along the road.
Exactly. Oh, great. Now we're copyright claimed.
Oh no! Where's the road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, Switch Pro rumors.
Yes.
There is nothing else I can add to the Switch Pro stuff. I have no idea. I don't even know what's coming with the next Switch. What? What? All I know is that it is said that they're going to have a 1080p screen for handheld mode, and it will have 4K compatibility in docked mode. That is all I know about it. And I don't. That might not even be true.
Yeah. What? This is the whole point with rumors. It could be true. It could.
You know, I don't know. And none of the games that could possibly be made forward, what are they going to do? Odyssey 2? Yeah, sure, that makes sense. They're already making a second Breath of the Wild, which it's not even Breath of the Wild, it's a freaking Warriors game.
Yeah. Yeah, which they already have on the same system. Ugh.
It's so ugh.
Because the Wii U died, and this is basically what the Wii U didn't do.
I know. It's so upsetting. Anyway, I think the Switch 2 is going to. I think the Switch Pro 2, whatever the hell it's supposed to be called.
The Switch Deluxe.
I don't know. They do a lot of deluxe stuff, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah. Or Pikmin Deluxe.
Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. They're doing that a lot lately. So maybe it's going to be the Switch Deluxe.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Yeah. A lot of people are saying that it's going to have no handheld mode, but obviously that's dumb. It wouldn't even be a Switch at that point.
Yeah, that's basically the problem with the Lite.
But the Lite, the Lite was built to be only handheld, so that's the thing there. Yeah. Anyway, moving on, you have another Switch Pro rumor, which is that it's going to actually have supported VR. I think this is dumb. This is one of the dumbest rumors I've heard about it.
Yeah.
What do you mean that this thing's going to have supported VR? What shape would this thing have if it had supported VR?
Yeah.
What do you want this thing to look like?
Yeah. Do you want it to look like a triangle?
I don't understand. Like, why?
I mean, they did it with the original Switch, but you had to have
like
cardboard.
Not even VR. It's just, I know, and it's just like, here, look, we'll put this close to your face.
Yeah. It'll be just like the Virtual Boy, because that worked, right? Right?
You know, that was dumb. Another one. The new Joy-Cons. I have seen a lot of different snapshots of what people think are going to be the new Joy-Cons. Listen, one of the new Joy-Con rumors is it's literally going to be there's just going to be 4 open pads and then a stick, and the pads are just going to hold the buttons and the sticks. It's the weirdest looking crap ever. The rest of it's hollowed out, and it's just a handle with these sticks sticking out. It's so weird. I don't even know. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, this is a blueprint I found online. That's freaking fake. Don't you even put that in my face.
Yeah.
Now, one rumor I think is true is that they're making bigger Joy-Cons and then making compatible Joy-Cons from the old system to the new one, and then from the new one to the old one. That's what I think is true.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to... Oh, yeah. The weirdest rumor I ever heard was probably the Nintendo, PlayStation was going to do a Nintendo Switch knockoff for the PS5 or something.
That's not the most unplausible theory.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it if someone said that, but it's still kind of far-fetched considering, they failed the PS Vita and the PSP. So making another handheld would just lose them more money, and if Sony is stupid like they usually are, then yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty stupid sometimes, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then Phil Spencer, by the way, ever since he got added to Xbox, that's his name, I think. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Phil Spencer, ever since he got put into Xbox's team, he's made nothing but good decisions. So really, you got to commend him, especially the whole Bethesda thing. That was one of the smartest moves by Xbox, I think, since they acquired Rare.
Yeah.
Because that made for a lot of really cool things, like Rare Replay was such a good collection.
Yeah.
And then you have Bethesda. That's going to make Elder Scrolls, maybe Fallout, an exclusive, and then add it to Game Pass.
Dang.
So not only is this putting these things on Game Pass, that's going to get more marketing towards Game Pass, which is the monthly subscription that then gets them more money over time, as well as people will buy the system and the game specifically for it due to the fact that they're exclusive. This is super smart on Xbox, and I highly commend them for this decision.
Yeah. I think they are doing a better... what were you saying? Okay.
I'm sorry I interrupted, but I was just going to say, when it comes to that, I would go the exact opposite. Since they bought them, if they made that exclusive, I would never buy another Xbox again, and I would just wait until I got a computer, and then just
Well, there's the thing with that is that it doesn't matter whether they do it or not, is that if you buy a PC, Microsoft still makes money.
Yeah.
I know that.
Because take that in mind.
I know that. I'm just saying that, if they do that to try and get people to buy the Xbox, most people would just be like, I'll just get a computer.
Yeah, and then
that fail.
Now, even if the Xbox fails, they still make thousands of dollars off of the laptops and PCs that they sell. Actually, even more than they would if you bought an Xbox.
Yeah.
So take that in mind, that the Xbox will not be a failure. It will get them a ton of marketing bliss.
Yeah,
especially
that.
Exclusive on the console, And a lot of people bought PlayStations because they were better than the Xbox in order to play things like Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
So, if you're like, I'll just cheap out instead of getting a laptop or a computer and just buy the Series X since they're as good as the current gaming PC at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're rich AF and bought a 3080 or something.
Yeah.
All
come on. People do.
It's like buying. It's like I need the Xbox fridge. I don't care who has it. I think it was Snoop Dogg. I don't care. I will put my children's children in debt for centuries as long as I get that refrigerator.
Yeah, that'll be freaking awesome.
I need the refrigerator.
I would actually like to see that.
Have you seen the picture? I'll give you the picture when we're done here.
I need the
game box. Being done here, I think we've gone over all we really needed to go over.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you.
Hey, wait, Kenny. Kenny had something to say. Shut up.
Shut up. This is the Kenny hour.
I was just gonna say that, that it would actually be cool to see that though. Like, not just a picture, but if they actually made something like that, like a refrigerator you could play games on and stuff like that.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah.
I would actually like to see
Samsung Smart Fridge Gaming. Yeah.
Just like the Tesla.
Yeah.
Play freaking
Cuphead. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for joining us for today's episode of the Triforce of Podcast. Take it away.
And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.